Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Indieheads podcast. I am your host, Matty, aka Recon AG. On this week's podcast, we have
Ollie, or I am Tupac AMA.
AJ, aka banned from Reddit still.
I'm Jake, or Jamaican Hopscotch.
I'm Will, SJ Will for Thrill.
Okay, AJ, when you just get a new fucking account. Why have
Yeah,
you
I
not
should
got
just
it?
make a new account. Yeah.
Like, I will give you the gay hobo account that I made like over a year ago as a joke.
I'll take it. I just want to. I like this. I like all my subscriptions, and I don't want to have to go through and redo it. But I will. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, again, but or just like message the admins and ask for an unban or some shit.
Like, why were you banned?
I have no idea.
You don't even post enough to get banned. Did you what'd you fucking do?
I must have memed too hard once.
Yeah, you must. Again, so I guess some
You
mod must have
say
accidentally
it
shadow
looked
banned
like
you.
People didn't get it.
Okay. Yeah. Wait, what'd you say, Will?
Like in that thread when they announced the Animal Collective AMA. Like
No, that wasn't it. He's been banned like way longer.
That's where
before.
someone pointed out. They were like, "Hey, you're banned, by the way."
Yeah, we've
I've been
known
told
that
you
for
were banned.
we've known that for a few weeks now, but he won't make a new account for whatever reason.
I'm a ghost, man.
All right. Okay, we need to get into the actual podcast. All right, we're gonna get into the news. Wait, is there anything we want to say before we get into the news?
Why would we?
I don't know. Okay, news.
Make America great again.
Make America great again. Okay, God, I want to get one of those hats. I think we've been talking about this in the chat. I want to get a Make America Great hat again. Will brought it up. He brought it up first. Like he wants. Like I so desperately. I agree with him that he said like I want to wear a Make America Great hat, but I can't because
It won't be ironic.
it won't be ironic because people are actually voting for Trump. People like he has legitimate supporters. He's the goddamn front runner for the Republican Party.
Yeah, no, the Trump can't be trumped.
Can't stop the Trump.
Cannot stump the Trump.
Can't stump the Trump. That's it.
Okay, let's get into the news. I don't give a shit about this, but I imagine some of you guys will. Okay, the Strokes are going to debut new music this summer. Yay!
Ooh, actually, I've actually been listening to "Is This It" a lot.
If there's a chance for a tour, I'm all for it. It's like new music means possibly a tour, so and I actually kind of like Come Down Machine.
Yeah, I'm
So I'm,
relatively
down with
excited.
it.
I'm actually not too hot on Come Down Machine, but I actually liked Tyranny by Julian Casablancas and the
Yeah, Tyranny was
Voids.
dope.
Yeah,
I
so
like-
I mean, still got the songwriting talent and everything.
Angles is like one of my favorites, and like "Undercover of Darkness." That's like my favorite Strokes song, and it's from 2011. So
The what's the album like Julian Casablancas did like by him or that other side project he just
The
had
Voids.
recently? Yeah, that was all right actually.
we literally
Like, the
just talked
Strokes-
about it, dude. We literally
The
just said
Strokes
it.
don't excite me, but that does.
We just talked about it like maybe 20 seconds before you.
Yeah, what the
fucking-
fuck?
I was zoned.
You
That
were
project.
Were you zoned or were
Matty
you
said-
zanned out?
No, I looked at this. I looked at the. You were like, I don't give a shit about this news, and then I looked at the schedule and I was like, wow, I don't give a shit about any of this news, and it was just like, yeah, I'm done.
I mean, the thing is, I don't listen to the Strokes. I don't care about the Strokes. I had some girl on Twitter say, you should listen to Is This It? And I'm like, okay, I'll listen to it. And I never listened to it.
And did you say you should give me some?
Did you not
Strokes,
listen to it
eh?
once at least?
What? No,
Did you listen to it?
I think I tried listening to it, but like, I just was like not feeling it at the time. I was just like,
Oh, dude, Matty, I mean, like even
it
if you
wasn't
didn't
the
like
music. It wasn't the music. It was me. I was
Is
just
this
like,
it?
eh.
Is
You gotta
this it?
listen
It's a
to it.
classic. Yeah,
I
it's a
get that it's a classic. I've heard a lot about it being a
Room on
classic.
Fire is good too. That's
But you know, I feel like I would say I'm probably more of an Interpol guy than I am a Strokes guy. If you know what I'm
just
saying.
Like, just
Mm.
fuck you. That's what I'm saying.
Just fuck. Okay, fuck me.
I'm not
Actually,
a-
actually, ladies, I am single. So I mean, hey, I'm single now. Hit me up. Follow me on Twitter.
Good
I'm gonna
save,
give you the
man.
Strokes. Follow me at Twitter at Modern Prince. I'm gonna give you some shit post.
She stroked me.
Some really she's. Okay, I'm done. I'm fucking done.
All right.
You guys have anything to say about this news or?
You already.
I didn't
talked-
even know that it was happening.
I mean they're playing at Gov Ball, so I imagine
Oh, that's
they'll
right.
probably,
Also,
they'll probably
one
debut
more thing I
new
want to
music then.
that they're like, especially now, like 15 years after, Is This It? They're like the douchiest looking band in the world. It's like
Yeah, they need to.
appearance- like
tell
that
someone-
picture of them in the studio with that like that redheaded girl is like, wow, these are the four of the douchiest guys I've ever seen in my life.
Mhm. Oh, okay. Speaking of a less douchey move, so Andrew Jackson Jihad, after some. The fuck was that?
Like Kermit and typewriter.
God damn, so unprofessional, Allie. Okay, first you come into work and your mic's not working properly. You know, it's
I
all
think
this
he was
lag.
he's just triggered because he used the wrong name.
Second of all, you're coming to work. Wait, no, I won't say.
You're on drugs.
He's on drugs. Okay, anyways, but yeah, Andrew Jackson Jihad, after some decision and controversy, I literally have never heard anyone say anything like, I'm offended by this band name. Anyways, they changed the name from Andrew Jackson Jihad to AJJ.
Which is really confusing for me and awful for me because, like, I just saw all of that shit, and then anytime anyone was referring to them, I was like, what did I do?
Okay, but yeah, I mean, I don't listen to this band, and here's the thing: if they made this choice themselves and are like, we want to change their name, we just kind of realize that it's different now. I'm like, okay, whatever. But that name is actually kind of a badass name, and I don't think I've seen a single person get offended over that name. Of threads I've seen about this band, I've not heard one that was like, oh my god, I hate this band name.
No, you
is so
can't use
offensive
Jihad.
to me.
You're white.
It was edgy like
Andrew
5
Jackson.
years ago, I think. Yeah.
Maybe people are offended by Andrew Jackson, not
Yeah.
Jihad.
But I think
Maybe
here's the thing though. It wasn't, again, it's sort of like kind of what happened with Viet Cong, where there there was some there was some fan controversy, but it wasn't like, actually Viet Cong, it got to a crazy point in some extent, but like Andrew Jackson Jihad, I never saw it go to a crazy point. But essentially, they both decided to change their names because they realized, okay, this isn't really us anymore. Let's change it.
The thing with Viet Cong is like everyone supported it. Everyone's like, yeah, it's a good decision. But then like on our thread, the Indieheads
To
thread
change
that I
it, you
posted,
mean? Yeah.
you know, yeah, the Andrew Jackson Jihad to AJJ, like everyone was all like, this, like
What?
they're just like spouting 4chan memes.
I think the difference between Viet Cong and AJJ is that no one was asking Andrew Jackson Jihad to change their name.
Yep.
They were just like, oh, we're doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Viet Cong, there was some build up to it. This just seems like it came out of nowhere, and it was like, okay, whatever.
And also just a side note, that new single they dropped along with the announcement, it's hot trash.
I haven't listened to it.
Don't.
It's not good.
I mean, I'm like, you should listen to Andrew Jackson Jihad, just not that song.
Oh boy, I think didn't Congleton produce that?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Congleton, man, why you gotta drop hot trash on us, bro?
Why you gotta produce?
Okay, we should probably not say much about Congleton because I think
we need to delete this
because he's coming on the podcast in April,
Delete
so
this.
delete this.
Delete
Okay,
this.
We're gonna okay. But yeah, I don't have much to say. Do you guys have anything to say about this that we didn't say?
I don't care.
Okay, then. Let's go on what we've been listening to this week. Okay, number one, I've been listening to actually a lot of albums this week. I've been listening to a lot of Kanye, because Life of Pablo, I was like, okay, let me cool down on that after our discussion. Let me listen to some of the old Kanye. And some of the old Kanye wasn't really that old Kanye, but one of it was old Kanye, but two were new Kanye.
Is this
Okay.
a song? Are you writing a song
Okay.
for fucking the new album?
No, I was freestyling, man. That was off the cuff.
That was terrible.
The 2010 Kanye.
Yeah, anyways, I listened to College Dropout and AO8s, but I wanted to talk about my Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy because for a while I held the belief that it was only my fourth favorite Kanye album and I thought it was overrated. And I'm
Is
here.
that just an audible gasp in the background? Who was that? Did someone just go, whoa?
I feel like that was Will. That had to be Will. Anyways, I listened to it again because Jeremiah and I were talking. We were getting personal, and he was like, "Dude, listen to Runaway," and I'm like, "Okay," and I'm like, "Holy shit! This somehow has new meaning all of a sudden." And now I don't really think it's overrated, and it's probably my second favorite Kanye album. It's really
Welcome to
good.
2010, Matty.
I know. I've caught up with the times. Okay, I realize the error of my ways, and now I am a My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy stan. However, Yeezus is still number one. Okay, fight me on that.
Bad opinions are trademarked, so I mean, like,
Trademarked, yeah.
Bad Opinions trademark. That's my name. Don't wear it out. But yeah, I really do like this album. It's been discussed to death, but it's really fucking good. Lyrically, it's possibly Kanye's best.
It's my second favorite lyrically, behind College Dropout.
Yeah, it's definitely. I think I think College Dropout, his first two are really good lyrically, I think this album is definitely like I just want to say it's better because there is just like a certain energy to it that college dropout and late registration don't quite have. It's just
different energy.
It's different. It's different. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, just different
types of energy, and this is a more. I mean, this album is essentially it's like a rock and roll album, like a classic rock album. With the, even with of course including the samples and whatnot, but it just feels like this is classic. Like this is essential to hip hop nowadays.
Essential, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
And a lot of the songs have a kind of like anthem thing going on too.
Mm-hmm. And it's not like
comparison.
And it's not like Graduation where those were pop anthems. These are just like arena anthems. Well, no. Yeah. Graduation's like arena pop anthems, but these are like.
Here's a fun yeah, go ahead.
They're anthems obviously, but they're not like trying so hard to appeal to to the pop.
They're just
they're just fucking
Twisted Fantasy. It's pretty much like. It's a more straightforward like rock album than most rock albums are these days.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just consistently like instrumentally, thematically, it's like one of the like biggest bombastic rock albums we've had in a long time, and it's a hip hop album. It's kind of a loose thing to fit in there, but like if you think about it, I think it works pretty well.
Oh yeah, I could definitely see where you're coming from, and I would even agree to an extent with that. But yeah, I've seen the light, guys. I have seen the light. This next one, I don't have much to say. Will, he recommended this one to me. He said, Matty, this is right up your territory. And I'm like, okay. It's Charli XCX.
His exact words were, it slaps.
It slaps. And it does slap. It's Charli XCX, Vroom Vroom EP. So this is her try at PC music, because I think she's working with some PC music producers on here. I know Sophie is one of them. She's working with Hannah Diamond. There's probably some I'm missing out on, but I've not given this like a really in-depth listen, like listen to it like once or twice. But yeah, it definitely slaps. The ending, the last song, Secret, I posted on my symbol page. It's a fucking banger, dude. Oh my god,
it's a banger.
It's a banger.
It's like cascading.
Dude, it dings. It dings hard. Oh god, but yeah, I don't have much to say about it. It dings. If you're a fan of PC music, you like pop music that has a bit of a sort of edge to it. It's not quite normal. This is definitely worth a listen, and it slaps. I mean, come on, that's all you need to know.
It slaps.
This is the one that the release this year that's got like the most like big Quint reaction from me. Like I heard Vroom Vroom start. I'm like, god damn, like just like so in your face. When like the beat switches in the middle. Like that, I'll lose my fucking mind.
I actually haven't given it a listen yet, but I definitely will.
I mean, it's pretty short, so I mean,
lyrically, it's not. She's not very good. It kind of reminds me.
I know what to expect from a Charli XCX EP, and if it says like production, if it's as good as on a production standpoint as you're making it out to be, I'm sure I'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like lyrically, she's like kind of like Britney Spears, kind of like the bad girl kind of thing, but like
I'm pretty sure I know exactly what I'm gonna get.
No subtlety.
Yeah.
And I usually don't even like PC music. I usually just dislike most PC music. So this is a nice surprise to be like, oh wow, I'm actually really digging this.
One thing, Paradise. That song is awesome.
Is that the one with Hannah Diamond?
Yeah, her vocals are just obnoxious and just no, thank you.
I'll probably figure that one out like towards when I give it a bit more listens, because I've tried listening to Hannah Diamond. I didn't like her, so I probably just didn't know. It's because I listened to this at like 1:30 a.m. yesterday, so
slapping.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm done with what I want to talk about. Ali, you want to talk about what you listened to this week? Ali, you want to unmute your fucking mic, bro?
What?
I'm
not muted.
Oh, you're not muted? Okay, I'll see you're lagging though.
I'm not muted.
I know you're not muted.
Oh, no, fuck.
I know you sound
not, like shit.
Yeah, you sound like shit though. Okay, I guess
go home all your time.
Okay, well, I guess
I can go while he
yeah,
thinks.
AJ, you take his place for the time being.
Okay, I'm actually talking about.
Why isn't this working, man?
I don't know, Ali. You have shitty connection. You live in fucking Sacramento of all places.
I have an amazing connection, man. I've never had a problem with my connection before.
Again, yes, you have. We've done like tons of podcasts together where you're lagging at some point.
Okay.
Really?
Okay, now you're good.
Huh.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I think you're good now. Okay, but AJ,
right.
I guess AJ, since we already said you're gonna go, you'll go after AJ Ali.
All right. I'm talking about two of my favorite albums
Alrighty.
of the year so far. And the first one is I'm representing Jeremiah in this chat here today with Seth Bogart's self-titled thing. It's an album, I guess. It's not a thing. He was the frontman of this band called Hunks and His Punks, which I don't think either of us were familiar with before. And this album just kind of showed up out of nowhere, and it's fun as fuck. It's an incredible pop album. It's super much like Pom Pom. It's got this huge Ariel Pink vibe. It's also got like vaporwave tones to it. This album is just fun as hell. You know, there's really weird vocal things going on. There's really good guest features. I don't think there's a bad song on this thing. Just super fun, super weird, super out there, quirky, wacky pop music. I mean, you guys, I think Matty, you gave this a listen at least, right? What did you think?
I wasn't. I mean, I think I'm probably gonna give it some more listens. But you guys were like, "Dude, Matty, you're gonna love this," and I was like, "Oh." It was. I mean, I enjoyed it, but I wasn't quite as in love with it as I was.
I mean, like
you guys were
like
building.
Pom Pom, yeah, like Pom Pom. It's kind of abrasive, and you have to like figure out.
It wasn't even that
sort of-
abrasive. It's just I guess it wasn't like what I was expecting because you're like, dude, Matty, you're gonna love this. So I assumed it'd be a bit more out there production wise, and it wasn't quite as out there production wise as I was expecting.
Yeah, it's
I was
pretty-
expecting something a bit more noisier, a bit more like lo-fi,
Yeah.
and it wasn't
the
quite
beats
that.
are the beats and all of the instrumentals are pretty standard kind of like vaporwavy synth pop. But I think like the most fun part of this album is like the lyrics are really wacky on like the song Eating Makeup, which is like about a TLC episode of My Strange Addiction that's just like talking about trying different colors of makeup to see what they taste like and stuff like that. And then there's really weird vocal stuff going on. He'll shift his voice up a ton, shift his voice down a ton. Lots of the features are like high pitched and growly. A lot of it sounds like what I think Grimes was trying to do on Art Angels, but not, complete shit. So,
It triggered.
this is a really fun album, and definitely don't let it go under the radar this year because I think it's really, really good. A standout pop album of the year.
I think as long as we keep talking about it, like that's what happened with U.S. Girls. I don't want to say we caused some influence or that to like be a big part, like more people getting know to it, but I feel like we had some part in that album on the sub being like getting boosted because we just kept talking about it.
Dude,
I
we
know
need to
Jer-
give Abby Reimold that boost.
Oh, I need to listen to that still. That's there's so much shit that came out these like the past like 2 weeks or so that I need to listen to because I
Did
have
you
like
listen to that, JJ?
Which?
At Wriggling?
Yeah, I gave it one listen. I liked it, but I think there's more I need to unpack there before I have like a solid opinion on it. It's good. I liked it a lot.
let's see what do I have a bunch of stuff. Like I need to listen to the Everything album that finally came out in the U.S.
Yeah, finally came out in the U.S. I'm definitely gonna give that a listen.
Let's see Sarah Newfield's album I want to check out because I saw her open for St. Vincent. I thought she was great.
Oh yeah, she's really good.
Let's see Rolly Porter because Stefan's been talking about it. He's actually, by the way, Stefan on our symbol page. He's I'll talk about this towards the end of the podcast actually about our symbol page. Essentially, we're doing like some takeover weeks, and I'll go more in depth towards the end of the podcast. But yeah, there's a ton of stuff that came out recently that I need to check out still. But anyways, I'm kind of getting off what you're talking about, AJ. But
Not a problem. I was about to head on to my second album, which just so happens to be my favorite album of the year so far. Something I just fell completely head over heels in love with, got totally obsessed with, and it is Prins Thomas's Principe del Norte, a 96-minute ambient IDM album, which is totally out of left field for what I usually like. But the thing about this album is it is an incredible soundscape. You put it on and it's there. I'm listening to it. I can have it on in the background and hear everything that's going on, but also, not have it consume me because it's massive. It's long. I compare it a lot to The Epic from last year, but obviously it's not jazz. And it's really interesting for electronic music because it doesn't rely on drums at all, really. No drum machines, nothing like that. It's all just kind of these ambient movements, and it's composed of like 10 or 12 songs, I think, that are all like 10 to 15 minutes long. They're all named after, it comes in like a 4 LP vinyl package that I should be getting like next week, and all of the songs are named after like the side of the vinyl that they take up. So it's really just this kind of esoteric album. But I mean, as far as ambient music goes, I haven't heard anything like this in a really long time, and I'm just super, super obsessed with it. And the album cover is really wacky is another thing I want to throw out there. It's got titties on it and a lion, so it's cool and
It
edgy.
looks like something Jeremiah.
Yo,
would
bro,
tweet
I got
when he's
titties.
It got titties.
Yeah,
That's why it's my
Hey.
favorite album. It's the
Hey,
first
titty
album in
boy.
2016 with some nice tits on it.
Okay, anyways, what are you saying, Will? Before I get on
drunk.
my
It looks like
memes
something
about-
that Jeremiah would tweet when he's drunk, and like only he thinks it's funny. And then he keeps like spamming it in the chat like, "LOL, this is the best thing I've ever tweeted."
Oh,
Like,
God.
look at this art.
I love dude, I love Drunk Jeremiah. I love him so much.
The goat, our
He's-
favorite.
He's so profoundly sad, but also so wonderfully entertaining when he's drunk.
He's
Oh,
just like
God.
so like energetic. Everything he feels so much.
I mean, yeah, basically he's already a very emotional person, but when he's drunk, that's just upped like crazy. Have we talked about the time he drunk called the entire chat?
No,
Oh,
we don't
yeah.
need to-
Oh, oh my
no,
God.
what happened in that state of that?
Okay,
That'll
so
surface.
okay, I know
some of
we
the
need to
time.
I know we need to get to like actually talk about music, but like I don't give a shit. Okay, so one night, Jeremiah was drunk and he called. Usually, okay, so we have a podcast Skype chat that's got like everyone in it. That's our normal, chat. Like when we do podcasting, we go into separate calls for that. And Jeremiah decided to call everyone, the entire our main chat, and random people were answering like, "What the fuck is going on?" And it's Jeremiah. Half of it, like let's see, about half of it, a third of it was like Jeremiah screaming lyrics. Another third was Jeremiah sitting in silence, texting, and another third was like, "What? Oh my God, what?" Like very emotional Jeremiah. It was a very fun night, and I'm very afraid of that man. I really hope he gets help. He really needs help. Jeremiah, if you're listening, please get help, dude. You got a lot of shit going on in your life, bro.
Rest in peace.
Well, no, he's still alive.
Right.
Okay, but yeah, Jake, what? Oh God, thing is, I'm trying to avoid go to Jake because of this first album he has on his list.
No,
I'm
I think
sorry.
we were gonna
Next,
circle back
too.
to Ali.
Not sorry.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we have to circle back to Ali. Okay, thank God. All right, Ali, talk about what you've been listening to this week.
So, Seat Headrest album Twin Fantasy has like totally consumed my life recently. It's such a good album. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I think I already talked about it. Oh shit, foot cramp. Fuck.
I need to listen to Chris because I really enjoyed the new Vincent single he put out. I really need to dig into his music.
Yeah, I also want to mention that because that is an awesome song. That has me so
Maybe
hyped for
song of the year.
Teens of Denial.
Mm-hmm.
And
Jesus
then-
Style was great also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Teens of Style is really good. Don't miss that one.
From what it seems like, a lot of this stuff is like a lot more lo-fi and dirty than what we got on Vincent. Like Vincent's like the cleanest thing he's put out, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, that's definitely like, do I want to get into this guy now or do I want to wait for his album to come out and then
But,
like check him
Sober
out?
to Death is like my song right now. That's such a fucking good song.
Mm-hmm.
Love that song.
and
And then I also listened to Ava Luna Infinite House this week, or Infinite House by Ava Luna this week, because I was like pulling down a recording session in class, and I saw on the server like Ava Luna, there was like a recording session done by Ava Luna that we could like mix, and I'm just like, oh shit, I forgot about these guys. So I listened to Infinite House again, and it is awesome. It's sort of like in the style of like Dirty Projectors and how it's done. It's like similar to that, except like not as good guitar work and I'd say a lot better bass work. Like, it's like funkier. It's got leans more towards R&B and like funk in that way.
Mm-hmm.
And it also has like both male and female vocals. And yeah,
I think I have this saved in my Spotify because you were telling me about it, and I'm like, I should probably listen to that. I'll try to listen to it at some point. But like, I have like a bunch of stuff. I have a bunch of stuff I saved like in the past like week on my Spotify that I still haven't checked out because I've been really busy working on like a project, so I haven't got a chance to like listen to much this week. Sadly.
Literally introduced the podcast saying I've been listening to a lot of albums.
Okay, I know you're gonna fucking say that, Will. I know you're gonna fucking say that. I could have mentioned. The thing is, I should have mentioned the Redeemer because we're doing. But again, I'll save announcements about some stuff towards the end of the podcast.
Also like I finally like got Salad Days. I like hadn't like early before that I hadn't been into the album. I tried listening to it and it just wasn't working for me.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like it's V chill.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Go.
Okay. Okay. Who's fucking with our goddamn mic? I hear the little the scratching.
It's not me this time.
I know it's not you. It's probably Jake. Is that you motherfucker?
Hold on. Sorry, people keep like knocking on my door, so I feel like sorry. We're good.
Okay, it's either Jake or Will, because I think you guys use like your earbuds for mics.
Yeah.
No, it's not me.
Okay.
I think we're now.
Okay, Jake, what have you listened to this week since we have you here?
Yeah. Okay. Well, so the first album I've been listening to this week is one that I know it's an all-time favorite for a lot of the members on this podcast.
Fuck off, bro.
We just discussed it to death.
Specifically you, Matty.
Motherfucker.
Anyway, it's called Vessel by 21 Pilots. But yeah, I mainly just decided to listen to it in an effort to figure out why it's so like viscerally hated around.
No. The one that we hate is Blurry Face. That's the one we hated. You listened to the wrong one, dude.
I know.
You listened to the okay one.
Yeah, I've heard hate for just the band in general. And so I don't know. I just kind of wanted to see if it's like their fan base or if it's like their music is really that bad. And I'd never listened to any of their albums before, so I decided to kind of like gather my own opinions to see if I can like join into the circle jerk. Anyways, so I listened to this album like 3 times yesterday, and I came to some conclusions. I don't know. I guess I'll start with the positive ones. Number one, despite what anyone has to say about like the band's songwriting talent or lyrical skills, I think they're a pretty talented group on like a technical level, which I know is a kind of a cop-out thing to say because there's a lot of talented artists that can't write songs. But Tyler Joseph, who's the singer, can really sing, which I respect that, I guess.
I mean, I would agree with that, but I'll let you keep going because I got my you'll probably bring up at some point you'll probably bring up Car Radio and we can just talk about how we hate that song.
You're gonna just go the fuck in on that.
So another positive, I mean, I think the production on this album is pretty crisp, considering it's their like major label debut. So they're trying to cram a lot of things into the album, but it doesn't sound too messy.
Mm-hmm.
And then last positive is the first track on the album is very good, and I like it a lot. There's a 21 Pilot song that I actually enjoy a considerable amount. It's just, it's catchy, driving, I don't know, indie pop song, always welcome to my ears. As a matter of fact, the first like 3 songs could go into like a small EP and be like semi decent. I think the quality of the songs drops off dramatically after that, but I just don't think the entire album is gut wrenchingly horrible cover to cover.
I don't think I can. I will explain my 21 Pilots hate. I will definitely say that I definitely exaggerate it, for the memes. But there's certain things at their core that I dislike about them. Blurry Face is the only one I've listened to by them. Apparently Vessel's actually not that bad though, at least compared to Blurry Face. Is that what I mean? Again, because my ex-girlfriend, like, she has Vessel on vinyl. She's like, okay, this sounds actually good, but like Blurry Face is not very good.
Yeah, I've never listened to Blurry Face, and even on Vessel, I can see where some of the distaste stems from. Like, there's not a lot lyrically that I really enjoy. Mm-hmm. He's a lot of really dramatic cliches, mm-hmm. and I mean, I don't think that like his lyrics aren't coming from like a real emotional place for him because he sings them with like a lot of conviction and everything, but they're just so unabashedly corny and obvious, I guess.
I feel like singing them with conviction would actually make them worse because it's like, oh my god, you genuinely believe this shit.
Right. I don't know. They also can't really seem to pin down a direction. Like, they're trying to do like hip hop and electronic and like metal, I guess. Like, he screams a lot, but it's also a pop album, and it's just, I never know what's going on. And most of the songs are pretty boring. So I guess that's kind of my hot take on the album. I don't hate it, but I don't like it either.
Okay. Car Radio is on this album. I know that.
Yeah.
Oh god, Jesus. Oh my. I've seen this song posted on r/music, and people are like, "Oh my god, this is so good," and I'm like,
I got a story. I can't believe I've never told this story before.
Okay, because I have a story too. You can.
I showed my friend like a couple or whenever this album. So yeah, maybe like, or no, I guess it was 2014. I told my friend, hey, check out this great album I've been listening to a lot lately. Really great. It's called Benji by Sun Kill Moon. He gets about halfway through the first song and then messages me back like, oh, this sounds like 21 Pilots, but just not as good.
I can't think of two more dissimilar bands than 21 Pilots and Sun Kil Moon.
No, because he was talking about car radio. Because I guess it's like, oh, he's talking like in a song, but
it hurts.
But it's not as good. He doesn't talk as good as.
Oh God, cardio. Jesus. Okay, my story is that I think the first.
Uncle Moon is definitely normie proof.
Oh God. Okay, my experience with car radio was actually it was in my car, listening to my college radio station, which I dislike heavily. And
fuck you.
What? What do you mean? Fuck me.
No, listening to this song in a car radio.
That's true. Oh yeah, that's the irony. But goddamn, I was at a stoplight, and this song is playing, and I just all of a sudden start just bursting out laughing listening to this because it's so fucking bad. The rapping, or with the rapping with like 14 air quotes, is so bad. It just okay. Tell us if you're saying yes. Singing, he's actually not that bad because we play their song "Ride" on 89.9. Oh shit, I said our station's name, our dial, on our station a bunch.
Rip.
And the singing parts are not that bad because guess what? He's a good singer. You should stick with it. But for some reason, he has this weird obsession with like wanting to permeate black culture, whether it be rapping or like doing a reggae style voice on like Blurryface takes that to like a maximum where it's like, okay, this is getting really uncomfortable. Like we'll call Iggy Azalea for appropriating black culture, but why the hell are we not calling out Tyler Joseph?
Because he's mentally disturbed, man.
By the way, that's a half joke and a half like I actually legitimately think this, by the way. Because I legit think he should be called out a bit more often for this shit.
Low key, but not really low key.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, cardio, it's so bad. The rapping is like, I just sit in silence. It's the most white guy shit ever, okay? It is so fucking white. That's the only way I can describe it. It's so goddamn white. It is so bad, and it's so unnecessarily dramatic. Like you were talking about that earlier, how like he like props these cliches and tries to like make them like really important, and it's like, dude, no, that we know these are cliches. Your lyrics are just bad, man. Ugh. But yeah, cardio's trash. This band is trash. If you like this band, get a lobotomy. I don't know.
So I too have a story.
Okay, you have a story now?
21, yeah. So one time, one of my friends works at Urban Outfitters, so he's like heard 21 Pilots before and everything. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, when I get in the car with him, it's like I think it was to go see Beach House actually. I'm like, hey dude, I have a song for you to check out. It's amazing. It's like the best thing ever. You're gonna fucking love it. I put on Stressed Out.
What the fuck is that?
He's like, get the fuck out of my car. That's my entire story.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, Ali, to interrupt your story.
My ringer was going off from my phone. It was like giving me notifications on my phone.
God damn it, Ali. Oh god. Okay. But yeah.
Fucking Steve Jobs.
Okay, I think we're getting. I think we've been.
Just delete this entire part. This is a fucking disaster.
Delete this. Okay, we should probably stop our 21 Pilots 8 as there's another album you still haven't talked about, Jake.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I was once told that if I was a Fleet Foxes stan, which I am, who didn't listen to Simon and Garfunkel, I was playing myself, and I didn't want to be playing myself. So I got my hands on a couple Simon and Garfunkel albums. One in particular I've been listening to frequently is Bridge Over Troubled Water, which is their fourth and final album. I think it was their fourth. Don't quote me on that. Anyway, I'd heard the song. Yeah. I'd heard the song Bridge Over Troubled Water before, obviously, but I decided to like actually listen to the full album, which I'd never done before. So yeah, I guess I don't really know where to start. I can see why it's regarded as a classic. I really enjoyed it. At its core, it's probably still a folk album, like folk pop or something, but there's all sorts of other sounds and influences creeping in. Yeah, the only other Simon and Garfunkel album I've heard besides this one is Sound of Silence, and that album is definitely more straight up folk than this one is. I mean, the song Bridge Over Troubled Water is just a piano ballad. There's a lot of rock and like jazz, maybe like world music going
Definitely a lot
on
of
here.
world music influence in
Yeah,
Paul Simon's
like-
songwriting.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess all I can say is that I loved it. I listened to it today like twice when I was driving home from school. Yeah, it's a good album.
Classic.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Will. So what have you been listening to this week?
All right, the first song I was listening to, I want to talk about without doing a think piece, because every other review I've seen of it has basically been like an obnoxious think piece. It's a This Unruly Mess I've Made by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. So, yeah, Macklemore gets a lot of hate, but I think for what he does it pretty well. Like, basically, he's 21 Pilots if they were good. Which I feel. That's why it's kind of called it. And thing is that this album is definitely kind of disjointed. Like, this one is kind of like The Life of Pablo, but even more so in terms of jointedness. But thing is that for the most part, I really like this album. The short version of my spiel is that I like as Downtown. Like, when I first heard it, I thought it was the dorkiest thing I heard in my entire life. A song about a moped, but just such a fun song. I love it. Then I know, like, basically it's just him going on Childish Gambino shit, like on Brad Pitt's Cousin and Buckshot. That's a banger right there. Has this real like Wu-Tang. It has this real like 80s feel to it. And because it has DJ Premier and KRS-One on it, he has some like real like old school guests on this album. It's pretty crazy. Then on Kevin, it's the song about clinical drugs. It has features Leon Bridges, Fort Worth represent.
Yeah,
but the thing is that his album I thought kind of boring just because he's trying so hard to evoke a classic soul music feel, like basically trying to be Sam Cooke. But I thought he was used a lot more interestingly here. It was kind of cool. It was a good song. What were you gonna say?
I listened to this album just by like picking the songs that I wanted to go near and staying away from the songs that I didn't want to go near. And like the first song was actually really good. I really liked that first song on this album. And then the song, we talked about this already, but the song with Chance the Rapper was like, I couldn't tell who was who. Macklemore was trying to imitate Chance the Rapper so hard, and it was just embarrassing.
And Chance might have even been imitating Macklemore a little bit.
It was just a mess, yeah. But I really like the first song like a lot, and it's Macklemore doing his whole like cringeworthy self-analysis thing, but like it kind of worked in that song, which is one of the best times like Macklemore's aesthetic has worked.
Right, yeah, I definitely agree. Light Tunnels, you talking about the thing is, it could have gone so wrong because he's talking about Grammys, which people.
Yep. Luckily, he didn't bring up Kendrick. He didn't bring up Kendrick Lamar like once, which was a smart fucking decision. He just kind of was like, "You already know what happened." Yeah.
Hold on, AJ, you got a bit of static.
Yeah,
Yep.
Whose man is this?
Whose man is this? Come on, man. Okay, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, that was really good. And then really, like, yeah, there's a lot of fun songs. Dance Off featuring Idris Elba and Anderson .Paak. That's a blast. Bolo Tie featuring Matty's favorite rapper, YG.
Oh, fuck you.
It's pretty
okay,
good.
fuck you.
And then, but yeah, the only song really, like, I don't find as corny. As I said, I'm a Childish Gambino fan, so like I don't really find corniness that bad. The only song I really can't handle is Let's Eat, which is basically just about how much he likes to eat unhealthy.
Oh, luckily Spoons.
Oh god, it's worse. It's worse. AJ, stop. It sounds even worse.
I don't know what it is.
God, why does this always happen? AJ, you buy a new fucking mic, you go, God damn, I got a new mic, it sounds great, and then you use your goddamn mic and it don't sound good. What's up with that?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay, let's just keep talking, AJ.
Yeah.
Continue. You continue, Will.
But basically, yeah, I mean, yeah, like I like the fun songs, like Let's Eat, which is about him not wanting to diet because he likes unhealthy food. That's pretty. That was my threshold for corniness. I can't handle that. But white privilege too. That's the big song on here, the big closer. And that one's
wait,
yeah,
that's the closer of the album.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All
He
right,
leaves you with that wonderful little thing.
All right then.
And it's very divisive. Like some, which I think is what he meant for it to be. Which is basically about how he fits into the Black Lives Matter movement as a white person, and being a rapper. You know, how he's kind of intrinsically connected to the black community.
Mhm.
but he still can't share their experience. He doesn't know if he's allowed to. Like, is he allowed to protest for Black Lives Matter? And I don't know. Like, it is. I mean, it has flaws. And the thing is that it's not a good song because it's so focused on message rather than music.
Yeah.
But still, I overall like it. Like, I like where Macklemore's coming from, and like, I mean, like, I'll say it again. It's 21 Pilots done tastefully by a good rapper.
Mhm.
And also,
Don't go that far.
Don't go that far. Okay then.
which direction? And Ryan
Good rapper.
No, dude, he can spit.
I mean,
Okay,
yeah.
I'll give you that.
I think I've not listened to this album. I think the highest I tried listening to it like I want to say 2 years ago, and like I think it was after or somewhere around Same Love in the album where I'm like, okay, I can't do this. I seriously can't do this. This is not bad, but this is like no, I can't, no more. This is not my type of music. This is not no. But
The thing is, I hated him at first, but he grew on me actually, surprisingly.
I'll probably check this out at some point, but I'm not like really fiending to check it out. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I get. Yeah, like it's not great, but like
I'll check it out on my own time, essentially.
It's. I mean, like thing is, I like what Macklemore's doing. I feel like he fills a vital role in the hip hop community. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I can see that.
Kind of like what Little Dicky was talking about last year.
I think Macklemore fills like a certain niche in hip hop that's like
he's pop.
It's like it's a necessary evil, I guess, if you could, but maybe not evil because I feel like that's maybe a little too mean to Macklemore because he's not that bad. I mean, he's not Little Dicky bad, like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no.
I mean, again, Macklemore, at least he's like,
He makes fun.
He makes like Macklemore. He can make fun and serious. Sometimes not very well. Little Dicky is just like, I want to make serious music,
And
but I
also,
realize it doesn't
my
sell.
penis, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and then no, we go on forever about him, but I'll go on to my next album, which is an album I absolutely love. It's American Water by Silver Jews. I'm not sure if Jeremiah has talked about this album on the podcast before. There's a good chance he has, but I'll talk about it anyways. Silver Jews is it's led by David Berman, but Stephen Malkmus is a reoccurring member of the band, and Bob Nastanovich also has played with the band, so they're kind of viewed as a Pavement kind of affiliated band. And basically this album, it has a real like alt country Americana vibe to it, which is basically like if basically entire album of Range Life, which
yeah, okay. I have this album it's literally all on me for not listening to it because it's not on Spotify, it's not on streaming. The CD is like kind of hard to find. I don't feel torrenting it, but Range Life is my favorite Pavement song, and I kick myself in the ass for not having listened to this album, but I fucking want to.
Dude, no, it is. It's like the thing is like it's like the chill side of Pavement. Like, I think this is legitimately my second favorite Malcolmus related album, maybe even my first, right next to Crooked Rain. I'll say it's better than Slanted and Enchanted.
All right, you said it, boy. He gonna do it. Boy, he done did it.
I'm not a crazy Slanted and Enchanted fan. Crooked Rain though, I fuck with hard.
No, I'm the exact same way. Like I fucking love Crooked Rain, and Slanted and Enchanted has grown on me a little bit. It's still just not quite there. But fucking this like okay. Jeremiah used the word ideal a lot. And that's the fucking perfect way to describe this album. Like, you just listen to this album, it's like... And then David Berman, he's a lyricist that's like... he's very poetic. Like, Arthy's bio on Twitter is... Most of what I say has been lifted off men's room walls. That's one of their lyrics. And he opens the first song of the album in 1984. I was hospitalized for approaching perfection. Like, he just says really kind of like... it's kind of cryptic and it might not even have a meaning, but it's very memorable and just draws you in like that, which I love. Then a lot of the time, Stephen Malkmus sings backup vocals on this album. So basically, you have the two of them singing in unison a lot of the times, which is fucking A+. And then also just the guitar. Stephen Malkmus plays guitar, so they have the same guitar sound as them. So basically, a Pavement alt country album, and it's fucking amazing.
Woo lad.
Like, yeah, and like Honk If You're Lonely, like that's one of my favorite love songs. Like, you can't listen to that song and not be happy. Like, it's impossible to listen to that song and be like, I hate life. Like, no, that song will make you love
everything.
Like, literally, like everything is fine. Like, you know that picture of the dog, like in hell, it's like everything is fine.
Everything is fine, yeah.
But that's unironically what the song makes me feel like.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just if you like Pavement at all and you haven't listened to Silver Jews, then just fucking get on it.
Gotcha.
I'm finished, boy. I'm gonna do it.
Boy, you gonna do it? All right.
All right. Let's fucking get on to our main topic this evening.
Oh boy, here we go. All right, yeah, AJ's gonna be leading this one because
I'm about to take us into another realm. We're about to go into the woods and collect us some animals because tonight we're finally talking about Painting With, the latest studio album from Animal Collective, prominent indie band, as our own Jeremiah Ogle would describe them. This is their first since 2012's Centipede Hurts. Got the lineup of Avitair, Panda Bear, and Geologist. Deacon the Freakin' sat this one out to work on his own solo album, and this is the same lineup that made Merriweather Post Pavilion, which a lot of people argue was their kind of seminal, most important, best album. And so expectations were pretty high for this. On top of that, the singles, I think, were all really, really good. Floridada, when it came out last year, after this album, they streamed it in full in like the Baltimore airport right around Thanksgiving for no fucking reason, which was really weird and kind of a strange way to announce/release your album. But it was fine. I guess they released Floridada, which was a banger of a single, still a banger. Lying in the Grass came out earlier this year. Really good single. Sounds straight off Pantera Meets the Grim Reaper, but also a really good single still. And then Golden fucking Gal is Song of the Year material. Woo Lad, great lyrics, great samples, great beats. Just this fucking song bangs, and it touches my soul every time. I'm the champion of this song. Without a doubt, my favorite song that I've heard this year. And so needless to say, I'm a big Animal Collective fan. I was high on the singles. Going into this album, my anticipation was at a fever pitch, despite the reviews, tearing this thing down to shreds, just digging this thing a hole, shooting it in the back of the head, and throwing its dead body into the hole dug by indie rock itself.
6.2.
6.2.
6.2.
Indie rock is dead, but the first time I listened to this album, my reaction was instantaneously meh. I was not crazy about this album whatsoever. It was kind of bland, nothing significant at all. But I said, hey, it's Animal Collective, you know. They're not known for their music to be instantly resonant when you listen to it. You get it on the first listen. I'll sit on this album, listen to it a couple times. And so I found myself revisiting songs like Golden Gal, Vertical, Andale, coming back to those songs, and then looking at the track listing going, oh, hey, Bagels in Kiev has that really fun moment on the chorus I want to hear. The Burglars has a really cool breakdown in the middle. I want to hear that. And just going in and like discovering each song by itself and then coming to really love this album, which I do now really, really love this album. It gets better every time I listen to it. And if you're not as high on this album as you would hope to be or don't really get the praise for this album, my only advice that I can give you is just listen to this album some more because you get out of it what you put in. And the thing about it is, a big complaint I know a lot of you guys have is it just seems insignificant, non-essential, doesn't really do anything. And that's fine for this album, I think. Animal Collective have proven themselves. They can't change the landscape of music every single time they release an album. And I've said this about Arcade Fire too. Eventually they're going to have to just release an insignificant album. And I think this album, is leaps and bounds better than Centipede Hurts. It's not their worst, like by far, not their worst proper studio album. But I think every song on this album is at least good. And the thing about them is every song kind of has this fun idea that it wants to portray, or a moment, or an effect. There's a lot of pocketing on this album, which is the vocal harmonies Avi and Panda will do. They'll go back and forth. You can't tell who's singing. They'll echo off of each other. They'll delay off of each other. It's really complex and really interesting, and there's a lot to unpack in all of these songs. But every song is like this idea, kind of like, this is the lame metaphor I came up with to sum up this entire album. Every song was like a blank canvas that they took and were like, we want to make this cool kind of fun idea, play around with this song, play around with this pop music, and just kind of look at what we do. Sort of like you are invited into Animal Collective's studio to watch them paint their songs together. And that's where the album title comes from, is all I was able to gain from it. But it's a good fucking album. You guys don't like it, so let's get into that.
I mean, again, I don't think anyone's here. I mean, Will probably dislikes it. I'm not sure. Will, do you dislike this album?
Fuck yeah. I hate
Okay,
it.
then. Anyways, I'll continue. It's not that I dislike it, but I'm more just like, it's all right. That's my general like vibe. Is like, it's all right. It's nice. You know, like you listen to the whole thing, you go, oh wow, that was nice. But when you like think about it, you go, I don't remember much about this album. There wasn't that many moments that like stood out to me. It just seems like, again, we've been talking about in the chat all week how we feel about this album, and God, I don't want to say it's boring because
Okay, you cannot say this.
it's
album
not
is
boring.
I
It's
will-
not boring because it's not a
I will
boring
take
listen.
I will take plenty of complaints lobbed at this album, but boring is just an
I know.
unoriginal
That's why in my
complaint
It
notes
feels
I-
too safe.
Safe, yeah. It just feels like another Animal Collective album. It doesn't feel like, it doesn't have that essential feeling. You know, I hate to be like, let's compare it to the old albums, but
Please don't.
it's not that I'm comparing it, but it's just like those albums, they all have this feeling about them that's like, this album, like Sung Tongs,
they're
Strawberry Jam,
all
Feels,
dads.
Mary
They're
Lou
all
Pond.
dads.
This
They're
felt-
40 years
okay,
old.
AJ.
Panda Bear lives in Portugal.
Let me explain. All those albums felt like they had to be made, you know, they've seen like essential pieces of art that they had to get out of their systems. This album does not have that feeling. It does not have that feeling that they had to make this album. It just feels like, it just seems like they're going through the motions. It's like, let's make an Anko album because we can. I don't care. We have some time. Let's do it. That's my issue.
This album suffers from coming out in 2016, where every album has to be this kind of big statement about something or other. This is just fun Anko music.
I don't
and,
want
like,
it to be a big statement. I don't give a shit if it's a big statement. I just want it to be like interesting, and it's not that interesting. For Animal Collective album, it's not that interesting.
It's okay. It's their safe. It's not their worst album, but it's by far their safest. By far their most
Yes, safe.
accessible.
I will definitely say safe.
I compare it a lot to, not musically or thematically or anything like that at all. I compare it a lot to Divers in that it's the artist's kind of style is
Get
definitely
the
still
fuck
there.
out of
No,
here.
listen, listen. It's the artist has their unique style and their unique voice, and it's kind of at times stripped down to its most bare, its most simple, its most accessible, but it's still interesting. And I think if you don't get the artist, it's a good place to kind of come in from an outsider perspective and say, oh, so that's what that band is about, or artist.
Okay, actually, that brings an interesting point, AJ,
Boy,
because
you do not.
that brings an interesting point because I think at some point either someone in the chat or someone in the sub described this as what people think Animal Collective sound like.
Yes, it's like Animal Collective.
I know
parodying
you're trying to
themselves.
I know you're trying to make that as a positive, but I can't see that as a positive. I really can't see that. Like, again, Animal Collective, they've always been a band that goes for the unpredictable. Like, let's really do something different. And this album, it just felt completely predictable. It's like, I can tell how this album is gonna go. There was no moments where I'm like, holy shit, did that just happen? There was none of that.
Something I will lob at this album myself personally is that all of the songs pretty much start and then stop, and it's like that was it. That was the song.
It's a bunch of short pop songs. I mean, again, Anko, I think you were talking about in the chat, Lau, how they essentially take, you know, like a pop formula, but they just fuck with it so much.
Yeah.
This album feels like they didn't fuck with it that much. It just feels like,
I mean,
nice, fun, kind of, you know, little loopy slightly experimental pop songs, and that's it. It just feels like there's no real thematic thing about this album. It just feels like a bunch of a collection of songs that kind of come together.
One thing I'd like to mention that AJ you brought up earlier was the hocketing, which is basically like when Panda AV kind of switch off each channel, like either every other word or like every once in a while. I think it's an interesting idea, but that was actually one of my bigger complaints about the album is they overuse that technique a lot. I feel like, and especially on some of the. I mean, I'm gonna talk about the song "Summing the Wretch" in particular, with the hocketing, where it's just like every other syllable on the song. It gets a little chaotic for me, and I feel like a lot of other songs are like that as well.
I definitely agree with Jake on that, where it just seems like it felt a bit more when they did that on previous albums. Like, let's take Sung Tongs. Whenever they did those like sort of duets, they worked really well. You know, it felt like natural. The chemistry was there. The chemistry just isn't quite as there on this album, it seems, or at least they're trying their best to force some type of chemistry that they don't have.
I don't know if it's necessarily
forced.
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily a chemistry thing for me with the Hocketing, but like I guess it just gets pretty wearing for me after a while, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
For me, my issue with it was like it had to do a lot with the production, where like how they use samples and everything. It just felt so chaotic a lot of the time, and like they were just throwing shit at the wall and seeing if it stuck. Not so much as like actually like doing.
It doesn't feel as like, I mean, it just seems like they made this album, I don't want to say rushed. I think rushed is not the case. It just seems like they had a limited amount of time to make this album, and they're like, let's try to get as much done as we can. We have a bunch of ideas, but it just didn't feel like they had time to cohesively put them together. I don't know. But you continue.
I like the album.
Yeah, I know it seems like I hate the album, guys. I know it seems that way, but I do not hate this album. Trust me. I like it, but it's not
compared to other Animal Collective albums. It's just like
it's just like it's just kind of there. That's the thing. It's there, it's there, but like it's like okay, it's just kind of there, and that's a little disappointing. That it's just that's what it is. It's just kind of there.
I say I love this album, and I do, but coming from a huge Animal Collective stan, you guys have to understand that this is literally my second least favorite Animal Collective album. It's only above Centipede Hurts for me. It doesn't top anything else they've put out.
So what about like Here Comes the Indian and that shit?
I'm talking about just like proper albums.
Those are proper albums.
They're not really. They're not really.
I mean,
yeah, like I really enjoy the album. It's gonna be a lot of fun to see these songs played live and everything. But like, if I could listen to that versus another Animal Collective album, I'll pick the other Animal Collective album, unless it's Centipede Hurts, pretty much.
I mean, if I can lob some positives at this thing, I mean, every song is super catchy. A lot of catchy hooks all over the place. I also kind of like that they moved away from the like abrasive, chaotic Centipede Hurts style. I definitely prefer this album to Centipede Hurts. The production, other than I mean, it's a little jarring, but I think it works well in some places. The pulsy basses, and they also use cool stuff. The song "Lying in the Grass." This is just a really random technical thing, but I like that. Is it like a flute or something that's kind of playing through the song?
Clarinets.
I like that. I don't know.
Saxophones on that song too.
But what was the song that John Cale was on?
I think it was Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
No, it wasn't Hocus Pocus. It was Natural Selection.
Okay.
Continue,
Continue guys.
Yeah.
I also agree with the Golden Gal Song of the Year statement.
Thank you. Read the lyrics of that song and get your soul fucked up. Since we're not going to come to any consensus on this thing, I just want to throw out. I want to throw out my conspiracy theory I was going
to give my opinion because I haven't talked about it yet.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, well, we haven't let Will talk about the album yet. I feel so sorry.
That was the goal.
I do not like this album. It is just this album is like being at a children's birthday party and being in the ball pit for like 41 minutes straight.
That sounds amazing. So
didn't you call it like what a Happy Meal would sound like a while ago?
That's what this sounds like. It just like it's like it feels like they just like used every color in the fucking crayon box and just like made it a big brown tornado looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Like, things just like with the Hocketing, it's just all like they're just like so fucking. It's just so fucking like bright. It's just like it's blinding me. It's like no, fucking please stop.
Well, everyone, we all know that Will hates fun, so.
I mean, this admittedly isn't coming. I'm not a huge Animal Collective fan, but I like Strawberry Jam. I like Mere Post Pavilion. I like Sun Tong sometimes. I like Fall Be Kind. So like I don't completely hate this band, but yeah, this took all their worst tendencies and just like put them in a fucking blender. And just and, like the way it doesn't really experiment with the songs at all. Like it's like it's a very basic pop song structure, but it just sounds like fucking children's music, like a clown car, ice cream truck, or some shit.
Hold on. Well, that brings an interesting point because there's a recent interview. I think it's the Chicago Tribune that came out with Panda Bear, and how he was talking about like his daughter or whatever was like had like admitted to him that she didn't really like his music all that much and was like crying. What if this album was made so that Panda Bear would have an album that his kids like?
Dude, I absolutely believe that because I mean like yeah. Most of the music doesn't really, like pander to kids, like the long ambient things, like that doesn't really.
I think kids can fucking jam to what is it? Visiting Friends. I think that's a fucking banger.
Mm.
No, but like Florida, I mean, there's some decent melodies on here. Like Florida is all right. Hocus Pocus is, I kind of like that one. Lying in the Grass, that's probably my favorite one here. It kind of does some cool things.
It's on one of my favorite tracks on the album. That's what I have in my notes.
That's one of your least favorite?
No, it's one of my favorites. I think the singles for the album. Let's see. The singles were Florida, Lying in the Grass,
Golden Gal. Those are phenomenal.
Was Bagels in Kiev a single or no?
No, it was not.
That's
Golden Gal was like right before the album released.
Okay.
Golden Gal.
The singles are I think I don't think anyone's arguing that the singles like aren't some of the best songs on the album.
Yeah, singles are definitely the best songs on the album.
Not the best.
Golden Gal's all right, but I'm not feeling that song of the year hype.
Boy,
I'm with Will. I don't agree with the song of the year hype. I don't get it.
Boy, if you don't,
Lying in the Grass should give the song. If you're gonna give the song of your hype to one of the singles, give it to Lying in the Grass.
Boy,
I prefer that song.
If you don't,
overall, like Golden Gal is one of my favorites on the album, but I gotta say, like probably Vertical is what I'd give it to.
What?
Thank
really?
you.
That's one of my least favorite tracks.
See, I actually hated that
Boy.
One thing I will say is
the
that
second best song on this bitch.
No.
One thing I will say is that I was listening to it right before the podcast, and it sounded a little bit better than I had the past few times. Like I was listening through earbuds, which I usually listen on music on speakers, so maybe that helped me enjoy it more. But I mean, I still wasn't. The thing is, it's all just so samey. That's the other thing about it. Is just that like every song sounds almost identical to the like. There's, I think like Hocus Pocus. I don't know which two songs is it. Like maybe Natural Selection and. No, I think it's the Burglars and
I think
Selection.
I think I can tell you this one.
It's
Yeah,
like-
it's Burglars and Natural Selection. Yes.
Those two songs happen right next to each other. It's like, is this the same song twice? Like
Mhm.
it literally sounds like it just like, and I don't like the sound of every song. So like when every song sounds like that, it's like no, please try something else. No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's another issue I have with the album is that there's just not that much diversity. And again, I think also we were talking about how the hocketing they use it way too much on this album.
Wait, think of it. It works on a couple of like
It works sometimes, but they overuse
Hocus
it.
Pocus. I think it works, but yeah, no, they just need to.
It definitely at times also sounds a little derivative of Panda Bear Meets the Grim Reaper.
Yes, that's I have in my notes that it's just the sentence I miss Deacon. That's one of my notes. Because I feel like Panda Bear had a little too much influence on this album. And I liked Panda Bear Meets the Grim Reaper, but I wasn't in love with it. And it seems like this is a slight continuation in that style with a bit more pop appeal. And it's like, no. Can you guys, like, I understand that you're kind of mellowed out and you want to do a more mellow album.
This is not mellow, though. Thing. There's nothing mellow about this album. It's like jumping out at you.
I mean,
like,
compared to, like, previous Anko albums, this is definitely more mellow.
No, this is definitely because
it's more calm and safe. It's like...
It's
chill.
safe, but it's not calm in any way.
We're chill.
It's very energetic. It's just
it's energetic, but like I said, you can be energetic and also kind of chill about it, you know.
See, I
gotta say, like my favorite analogy for this album is it's like the fading frontier of Animal Collective.
Yeah.
Albums.
Oh, fuck yeah. I've never heard that, but that's really good actually. Like I agree with that. If you already buy into Anko and like, you know, you would listen to whatever they put out, I feel like you'll enjoy this album. This isn't the album that's going to convert anyone to an Anko fan. Maybe it'll get them some like mainstream kind of pop appeal. Maybe they'll get nominated for a fucking Grammy. I don't know. But like
they better. Boy, they better not.
I will tell you with the mainstream appeal shit, because I want to talk about, like, I know I complain about my radio station, but like the other day I saw a poster for this album in the music director's room and I'm like, motherfucker, they better play some Anko like real soon. And I listened to their new music show, and I'm like, they better play For Dada or some shit, bro. Nothing. I sent them a text, like, play Animal Collective. I know you have it. And they didn't play it. They left the fucking studio, like, right after I texted them. Like, oh, we're gonna head out, guys. So just enjoy what's going on next. Yeah. So then, of course, I did a shift the next day, and I played For Dada, because it's a banger, and the masses should hear it.
No, yeah, they wanted their goal to sell them was to be on the Ellen show.
Oh yeah, that.
And I think they deserve to accomplish that.
I think that will happen. I mean, if Courtney Barnett can be on the Ellen show, I think these guys could be on there too.
If Dan Daniel could be on there, Collective can be on there for painting with.
Yeah.
Can I throw out my conspiracy theory now to kind of tie a bow on this mess?
Go for it.
Okay, I just want to have this on record that I think within 12 calendar months, no, before the end of 2016, I have a strange feeling that we will have another project released from Animal Collective. Just because of the brevity of this project, because of the nature of this project, and especially because of the song Recycling. It just feels like a coda. It feels like an ellipsis. It feels like ... to be continued. I feel like we will be getting something else from Animal Collective.
Not only
Well,
that,
we're getting the Deacon
I
album.
like this.
Not a Deacon album.
I know
Well,
something.
the thing
Animal
is, the
Collective
thing is
album.
they all live across the world from each other. Like they had to especially
Panda
get
Bear
together.
lives in Portugal.
But
I know. That's,
Thanks for telling us that
that's
fact.
the whole point is that like they had to get together to make. They had like intentionally like, hey, we have to take time out of our schedule and like purposely come together to make this album. Like, so I just don't feel like they had time to make another album.
well,
It could have
Animal
been like a
Collective
beach
has
house type
released.
situation with
Yes,
10 more
I
songs.
feel like they're in their beach house situation. This album literally feels like a beach house to me. A depression cherry.
See, like the
Maybe
thing is
not.
that's not like a thing though. Like, I mean, they did it, but that doesn't make it like a thing.
Boy, just wait. When I'm right, just wait.
No,
mean,
dude.
okay,
I also hear
I'm-
Kanye West is releasing another album this year.
Okay, I see where AJ's coming from. I don't think they're gonna pull like a beach house from release a new album like 2 months after the last one.
Not 2 months. It'll take
But
longer.
I can definitely,
but
I
think
could
this
definitely
year-
see by the fall or summer we might get another Anko album. I could kind of see that.
Animal Collective releases EPs.
Oh, yeah, well,
after nearly
yeah.
all their albums.
Oh yeah, well,
So,
if
I mean,
if not an album, we'll definitely get an EP.
Also, they're touring those two songs, Nip Nop and Hounds of Byro, which aren't on the album. So
That's
maybe that'll
the,
help on it.
That's the 7-inch that comes with the deluxe edition.
Oh, gotcha.
Those are the singles on the 7-inch.
Okay, I haven't heard those yet.
Neither have I. They haven't been officially released.
But didn't you
7-inch
get the final?
It ships in like late March. They're not officially released yet.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Let's see.
But I
Is there
mean,
any-
yeah, that's painting with pretty much. Some
Yeah, I
people
think-
like it, some people don't. It's if you like Animal Collective, you will at least have fun with this project. If you don't like Animal Collective, I mean, just go fucking listen to Sung Tongs. Go listen to Spirit They've Gone, Spirit They've Vanished. Because if you don't like Animal Collective, you're a goon, and I'll shoot you. That's all I gotta say.
If young AJ don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. Okay. That was really bad. We gotta stop with that joke's starting to die out. We gotta quit it.
The name of
Dude,
this podcast is Boy, If You Don't.
If you don't paint with.
That's a good meme, boy. If you don't,
Boy,
that's a
if you
good
don't.
meme. I
Boy,
like
if
that
you
meme.
don't.
Okay. Anyways,
It's
we
like
need.
a deadpan delivery of like the Vine, the original.
Boy, if you don't.
No,
Okay.
like it shouldn't be funny, but it is.
Okay, we need. Okay, let's see. Final statements. I think AJ sort of just made his.
Head rate. Let's give head rate.
My head rating for this album is the Panda Bear Flare on our social Indieheads. It's sort of a blank expressionless sort of feeling. Yep.
My head review is a big goofy smile bouncing up and down, just jamming out and enjoying this album and singing along to Golden Gal. Embarrassingly, while I listened to it on my headphones walking across campus, and then noticing that a tear is streaming down my cheek, and immediately running into a bathroom to wipe it off because it's the song of the year.
All right then. Who wants to try to top that?
Who's gonna top that shit? Okay, mine is the head of a depressed father with his entire body.
You should just, dude. Again, I was hoping someone would go with a sad deacon.
All the way up to his head, like just his head.
Holding,
head-
but yeah.
Yeah, just,
You know what,
just his head come out of the ball pit.
You know what? I changed my rating. My rating is now a sad deacon meme. That's my rating. Is a sad deacon meme.
It's not just a picture; it's a meme. It's specifically a meme.
It's specifically a meme. There again. If you check Ava Terra's AMA, you'll see them.
It's got low quality JPEG with bottom text.
Yep, that's it. Okay, Jake and Ellie.
My rating is on delay, the two English words out of on delay, the Spanish word.
Yeah, that's clever as fuck.
Thanks, dude.
But it's not a head rating.
I don't know what a head rating is.
Head rating again. Oh man. Like I see, you can tell Jake's new black because he doesn't know what a head rating is. A head rating is very simple.
He's cute.
You simply give the album a rating, but you use a head analogy. So, like I said, I use the Panda Bear Flare on Indieheads, which is my expression when listening to this album. Except we know that Panda Bear is actually very happy because
that makes my original rating sound very stupid. I'm changing my head rating to the baby sun face from Teletubbies.
Tight.
All right.
That's a good one.
All right, Allie. Okay, you're the last one. You better end this off well.
Well, if you don't,
So, my head rating. Let's see.
Come on, you can do it.
It's like a happy kid. It's like the album's very childlike and it's like very joyous, very upbeat. So it's like a happy toddler. Also, side notes: what if like you had a Fender Bassman amp and then the B got scratched off and it was a Fender Assman?
What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck did you just say?
You just ruined this. After you recorded this.
Boy, if you don't.
I'm so dumb.
Oh god.
That had nothing to do with anything, and it was stupid as hell.
Okay, you know what? Okay, Okay, let's get into some little announcements for the podcast real quick.
I'm fired.
You're not fired. No, you're not fired, Ellie. Okay.
R.I.P.
Again, remember, I may say I'm going to fire you guys all the time on the podcast, but any firings actually happen in private, so we'll see what happens after the podcast. Anyways, okay, two announcements. Okay, number one. So as you guys all know, we have a Symbol account at Indieheads Podcast. If you have an iPhone or any iOS device, go download Symbol. Follow us on the app. As right now we are doing, we're beginning our takeovers, where a random member of the podcast will be taking over our account for about a week and posting random stuff and talking about it. And for this first week, Stefan has taken over the account, and he's been posting some really nice electronic music there. Some more, IDM type stuff. It's really good. Definitely listen to it and see what Stefan has to say. So yeah, I'm really excited to do this sort of takeover stuff because I've been wanting to get you guys more involved in stuff that isn't just the podcast. Like I want to get you guys kind of involved in our social media and whatnot, and I think this is a good way to do that. And considering that some of us are already Symbol users, it's like, well, why don't you guys just like let you take over the account for a little bit? Because I've just been posting stuff for the past like few months now. It's a little one-sided. Let's see what everyone else is listening to. So yeah, I'm really excited to be doing that. So yeah, go follow us on Symbol at Indieheads Podcast. And the second announcement is that I made this on our Facebook page, which by the way, guys, go follow us on our new Facebook page, facebook.com/Indieheads Podcast. We are going to be premiering a new series on Monday called FYC. Now, as some of you guys know, on the subreddit, I do a series called For Your Consideration. And it's essentially the original purpose of the series was to talk about albums that were not on our essentials list and maybe why they should be. But now it's essentially just a pseudo album of the week type ordeal. And essentially I'm like, hey, this could actually work really well as a video form. And so I did that. And so we'll be premiering the first episode of the series, which I'm hoping to kind of make it a monthly thing. It'll be premiering Monday. So please be on the lookout for that. It's already done. It's on the channel, but like it's unlisted right now. It'll officially be coming out Monday. I may pass it around the channels a little bit if you want to watch. I'm kind of rambling at this point, but please. The first time we're talking about is Dean Blunt's The Redeemer. It's been a favorite album of mine for the past few months. Like, it's one of my favorite albums of all time. It really kind of like hit me at a time where I needed it the most. And I was like, I gotta talk about this album. And Dean Blunt is such an interesting figure right now in music that it's like this guy needs to be like discussed at length a little bit. So yeah, those are our two announcements, and I see a little Skype thing, probably saying that I'm going on too long, and yeah, so that's about it for the podcast. Does anyone have any closing statements they want to make about anything that we talked about, or just in general?
Boy, if you don't do it,
if I don't do what? If I don't.
Boy.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't end this podcast.
Yep. You're gonna what? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna fucking do, AJ?
I'm gonna shoot you.
You're gonna shoot you, a big man on campus? Sure. All right. Anyways, that's about it for the podcast this week. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.